Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today. I'm Cathy. I'm from Microsoft for Startups based in Sydney, Australia. And I'm joined today with Nithushan from Blue Lotus 360. He's the COO and co-founder. And I think the best place to kick off is probably hearing from him, telling us a little bit about what Blue Lotus does and how you started.
Hi, Kathy. Thank you for having me at this event. So just to tell a bit about what we do. So Blue Lotus 360 is a highly scalable SaaS-based ERP solution provider or business management solution for construction, manufacturing, trading, and service industries. So we basically help SME companies become a digital company by integrating all their core processes from, accounting and finance, HR, inventory, sales, into one single system. So it basically increases the visibility and increases the efficiency across all the aspects of the business. So the company, we founded this company around 3 years ago, right before the COVID. I mean, 1 or 2 years before the COVID. Where we found a gap for SME SaaS-based SME products in the emerging markets. So that's where we started, and we have pivoted a bit. And now, over the years, last 3-4 years, we have grown at a 2x basis, and right now we are serving clients from 6 different countries and serving almost 200 plus companies worldwide.
Amazing. It must have helped to have had sort of a streamlined way of thinking to begin with, to be able to pivot and keep that sort of organizational prowess. What sort of challenges do you face in this business and in this sort of world of startups at the moment?
Yeah. So when we initially started the company in Sri Lanka, I would say there are three main issues that we are facing. The first issue is around raising capital, because traditionally in Sri Lanka, most of the banks, they don't lend any money to tech companies because simply they don't understand how tech companies work, and they don't have any assets to lock it against the funds. So typically they have been avoiding. And when it comes to startup investments, especially VCs and angel investors, now we have seen a lot of change in the Sri Lankan context. But earlier when we started it wasn't strong as it was today. So it was very hard. It was very challenging when we were trying to raise investment. But fortunately enough, we had one of the largest listed company in Sri Lanka. They started a corporate accelerator program, and we won that award. And then we ended up raising some investments from that. So we were able to cater that through that. And also the second issue, the biggest issue what we are facing even now, is hiring the right people. Because when it comes to the software industry in Sri Lanka, it has been growing. It is $1 billion industry for Sri Lanka, right? So within, I think, 10 years, Sri Lanka, it's doing almost $2 or $3 billion worth of exports, right? And there's a lot of demand for software engineers, but whereas we don't have enough software developers in Sri Lanka. So that has been a big issue for us. And since we are still mostly catering clients from Sri Lanka, it has been very hard to get quality people as well, because whereas most of the foreign companies who are expanding into Sri Lanka, they're earning their money in dollars, and they even have the leverage to peg their salaries against dollars or paying them in dollars, whereas we don't. So that has been a big issue. So now even for us now, we are exploring opportunities of hiring people from India and Vietnam. So that is how we are trying to cater that. Yeah.
Wow, those are huge challenges.
Yeah.
And one that I think startup founders are sort of well equipped to problem solve and jump into and get stuck into anyway. For somebody else, that'd be a total game or showstopper. If Highway to 100 unicorns, goes really well for Blue Lotus 360, what would be the impact of it on Sri Lanka and driving economic growth there?
More than Sri Lanka, I think I can maybe share a bit of an experience how we have benefited from this program. In that, first of all, I would say the mentorship and the continuous training programs that the Unicorn program has been providing, it has actually helped us, and given a lot of insights into, scaling and, growth hacking, and also technical aspects of the, various aspects of the business. And secondly, and also they have given us a lot of Microsoft Azure credits, and also all sort of Microsoft related credits, which have actually taken away a lot of burden from our cash flow as well. So which has been a very big help. And third, I would say through this program, we have been able to network with a lot of startups and established companies in Australia and UK, which has actually opened up a lot of new partnerships for us. I think those three things has actually helped us. So I think that the same three things will help other startups in Sri Lanka as well.
Absolutely. And, aside from those advantages and things that you've uncovered in the program that have been helpful, did you have any sort of business aspirations coming in or ambitions that you wanted to achieve when you started the program?
Oh yes, so I didn't actually expect we would be getting this much of results out of this. But when I actually joined it and when you started talking to people, I never realized, this, it actually more than the credits and all, it actually opens up a whole sort of other partnerships for us. Like I said earlier, it actually, right now we are partnering with a company in UK as well as Australia. I don't think that would have been possible if you didn't, join this program.
Amazing. You're a poster boy for this program. I mean, this is absolutely what we all sort of wanted to share, that we want to expand our expertise just from the credits and the kind of tangible licensing to those kinds of connections and the global, entry to the global stage. And it really does depend on the startup squeezing the cloth of what there is to offer. So that's definitely a team effort. And I guess, if there's trends that you're seeing in your market and how Blue Lotus 360 is addressing them, what would they be?
So the biggest change I've seen, especially after COVID, is pre-COVID. A lot of companies have been very resistant. They have been very. They didn't really like going to a cloud-based solution because they always, felt like there won't be enough security, and of course, some of the people they thought, they will lose their jobs because there won't be a need for on-prem solutions, right? But after COVID, I think there's been a big change in mindset, especially the owners as business owners as well, where, now even themselves, they want to, have meetings on Zooms, whereas earlier they would have asked us to come to their site and have a meeting, right? So now everyone understands, in a way they understand what cloud-based solutions are and what SaaS solutions are, especially thanks to Zoom and Microsoft Teams, etc. And also right now they are realizing the actual importance of having a solution as well, because all this time they actually looked at it as a cost only, right? Now after COVID, it has become a necessary to have a cloud-based solution because it's going to enable them to work from home, right? Anytime there'll be a lot of pandemic breakup and lockdowns and all this. With that, unless they have a cloud-based solution, they wouldn't be able to operate. On top of that, by using cloud-based solutions, it also enables them to automatically easily integrate with other platforms. Like, let's say if they want an e-commerce website, they can easily integrate, which has not been possible with traditional ERPs. So these are some of the mindset changes. And also now another growth area, trend I see is, even traditionally SMEs, they couldn't leverage the power of AI, right? So now because of SaaS-based solutions, now we have started implementing solutions where infused AI into cash flow and fraud detection and things like that. So all this time it has been only a privilege for larger companies. Now even SMEs can start using it.
Thanks so much for, we just had an alarm going off momentarily in the background, which is all good. Some things you can't do online, like turning off a smoke alarm. So we do have to be here present for some things. And I another thing that I wanted to ask was if you had any plans of expansion into any other markets and how Microsoft can help you do that.
Yes. So like I earlier also said, right now, out of Sri Lanka, right now we are expanding actively. So right now I'm based in UK, sorry. So right now we're actively engaging with other startups who are being incubated at Microsoft also, and we are trying to form partnerships with them. Partnership with other Microsoft system integrators. So through those channels, we are also trying to expand our reach into the clients. And UK, Australia also, we are following a similar model. And also in the emerging markets, especially in Bangladesh, also we are partnering with few companies, but they're in the very early stages. But then for us, the other benefit that it has also given us is by being a part of this program, a few VC, I mean, actually private investors, they actually see it as a credibility when you see it. So when they see, okay, it's being incubated or being accelerated by, it's a part of Highway Unicorn program, they think there's some kind of credibility behind it instead of just a random company walking into and pitching into them. So yeah, so those are the areas I think, yeah.
It feels like everything that we've talked about has been pretty positive, even down to the challenges that you mentioned, kind of being, met head on by you and your team. What did COVID do to Blue Lotus 360? You were, just finding your feet and this hit. What did it do?
So, like I think the CEO of Microsoft said around, I think right after COVID, almost 2 years of digital transformation happened in 2 months, purely because of COVID. So I think with COVID, more organizations are realizing the importance of investing in IT infrastructure, and most of the companies now realize, it's a necessity to have solutions like this, right, in order to continue, in order for the continuation of their business. So having solutions like that, it can also streamline it, right? So it has only accelerated our growth, like I said. So even when the COVID started, even I didn't think we will have this much of growth. So I think when COVID started, we had around 15 full-time staff. Right now we have close to around 55, 60 staff, full-time staff, and around from 20, 30 clients to almost 200 clients. So that's a big growth, I think, despite of COVID. So it has only enabled us to grow our venture, I guess.
Yeah. Glass half full. Well, Nithushan, thanks so much for joining me today and taking us through this part of your journey. I can hear by how sturdy your plan is and how well you understand what it is that you're trying to do, that this is only just a quick glimpse at just how far you will go. We'd love to check in again later in the program and see how it's going, see what's new, and just hear all about the second half of your Highway to 100 Unicorns program.
Thanks a lot, Cathy, and Highway to 100 Unicorns. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
And thank you, Microsoft, of course.